And we are gathered here today for another session of Study to Show Thyself Approved. And the title for today's lesson is The Worshipers of Gods Have Changed the Book of Life into the likeness of their images. And what I mean by that is we see in a SHIT house, the church house, they worshiping all kind of gods. They might as well be right along with the Sikh community. That's what they call them, the Sikh or the Sikh, but they Sikh. They got thousands and thousands of gods. Church house don't know they got the same thing. So I want to start off with the first book of Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 47 through 52.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 47. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes and laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen.
They, apostle, they laid open the book of what?
The book of the law.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Oh, whoa. I don't know, you might be reading that wrong.
Yeah. They say where the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Correct. With this Michelangelo picture, white Jesus, fat boy Buddha, all kind of crazy images they got going around. They decided not to give you the real picture where Yahushua may or may have not looked the real color of his skin. Not only how they gave you a false picture, they gave you a false way of learning. They got you worshiping Esau. They got you worshiping them instead of worshiping the Most High. Ishmael, our Arab brothers, cousins, they got you worshiping a rock instead of worshiping the Most High. They didn't took the images of the true Father, the true Master, and also have given you a religion to worship instead of worshiping your way of life and worshiping the Most High. These are the false images they have given. But keep going, Apostle.
They brought also the priest garments, and the first fruits, and the tithes, and the Nazarites they stirred up, who had accomplished their days. Then cried they with a loud voice towards heaven, saying, What shall we do with these? And whither shall we carry them away? For thy sanctuary is trodden down and profaned, and thy priests are in heaviness and brought low.
Mm.
And lo, the heathen are assembled together against us to destroy us. What things they imagine against us thou knowest.
Ain't that something? They gathered together to destroy us. The heathen, they know who we are. They don't want to go to hell by themselves. They know what the scriptures say. They know they out of there. They want to make sure they take you right along with them. That's why they have you worshiping they gods and not the true God, Yahweh. Let's go to the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 7 through 15.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus...
Stop for 1 second. Apostle Maccabees, who is Seleucus?
Seleucus is he was one of the Greek rulers, wasn't he?
All praises. You nailed it right. That's exactly who he was. He was one of the ones who came right after
Alexander.
Alexander. God, exactly. So Seleucus was a Greek. He was an Edomite. So we know who Seleucus is. And he ruled in 359 BC. A lot of people wonder why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. This is history. This is history. You think Esau wants you to know all the horrible things he done did? And he didn't change the likeness of the image of Yah into his own image? Oh, he don't want you to know that. This didn't happen too long ago, 2,000 years ago. This is what Esau done. Esau know his fate. Esau took this out just to fool you. So you don't be looking at him twisted eye on what his history says, right in the scripts. Keep going, Apostle.
But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus, called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest.
Now, Jason was Israelite, just like the rest of our dirty brothers at the SHIT house. They want to take over and twist the scripts up, all for their gain. This is what Jason did. Keep going, Apostle.
That's Reverend Jason today.
Oh, Reverend Jason. Go ahead. I got to use that one. Go ahead.
Promising unto the king by the intercession 360 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents. Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set him up a place for exercise, and for the training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen.
In the fashions of who?
The fashions of the heathen.
Ain't that something? Go ahead.
And to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus.
Wait a minute. What's your last name? No need even saying it. Who names we up under over here? They want to take your name away and give you Edomite name. Take Israel right up out your mouth. Prince of Power, that's who you are. They ain't gonna no longer tell you the Prince of Power though. They're gonna tell you, oh no, you are James. James. Yeah, they done named you after them. You the property of the house of James. Edomite. Give you the last name of Gordon. You the property of the house of Gordon, an Edomite. Not only have they taken your name, they have taken your way of life and gave you the fashions of the heathen. Keep going, Apostle.
Verse 10. Which when the king had granted and had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion.
Change you into, imagine that. Now think about that today. You want to be Edomite? Apostle, I know you don't want to be no Edomite.
Nah, listen, you know, and it's funny, I guess if I can interject a little bit.
Go ahead.
If you look at the history of Ford Motor Company,
God.
They used to have a ceremony doing exactly that. You know how it's a bunch of immigrants from different places, and like they'll have a pot, you know, a pot like a big old pot, and you know they'll have the people walk into the pot wearing, you know, the garments and stuff from their native countries, and then they'll come out the pot in a suit and a tie. Look, knock the culture right. I mean, they tell you right in your face, and you don't understand what you be doing though.
Well, I tell you, he might love himself. He wants you to love him as well. And by loving him, you're going straight to hell with him. So I advise you don't take hold to his Greekish fashions. Go ahead, Apostle.
And the royal privileges granted a special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid. He took away and putting down the governments, which were according to the law, he brought up new customs against the law.
Ain't that something? Now, this was Israelite. He done joined forces with Edomites. Forget the laws of Yah. We're going to make you our God. In other words, that's what he did. And we wonder why we're in the condition we're in now. And we still do the same thing that our brothers did back then, right now today. So don't ask yourself why you in this condition. And you have taken hold of Greek fashions. Or better yet, let's just throw the Greek out and just say the Edomite. You have taken hold of the Edomites' ways. You're up in this church house with Pastor who? Apostle?
Reverend.
Reverend who?
Reverend, what was his name?
Jason.
Reverend Jason.
Yeah. And Reverend Jason is following the ways of Edomites. Got us up in his up in the church house, doing the same thing. Man, trying to be like Esau. Just think about that. Today, you acting like you want to be an Edomite. Like a wet dog. Excuse me, forgive me. Go ahead, Apostle.
For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat.
Now, this hat, he made them wear. If some of you were privy to the study that the bishop did a few days ago, or back on, I believe it was Thursday, as a matter of fact, we showed you this baseball cap where they took the lid off and a couple other things, and this hat became a yarmulke. In other words, that's this hat they got going on. Keep going.
Now such was the height of Greek fashions, an increase of heathenish manners, through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
Jason, that reverend at the SHIT house, at the church house, that got you following Edomite ways, going straight to hell. Go ahead, Apostle.
That the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
You mean to tell me the Reverend Jason don't have no courage to serve no more and do the laws and the commandments? He said it's done away with. Go ahead.
But despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise. After the game of discus called them forth. Now setting by the honors of their fathers, but
Not
liking
what?
by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Best of all, loving the Edomite ways, best of all. Oh, just follow after good old Esau, knowing he ain't no good. He gonna take you straight to hell right along with him. That's what he want to do with you. Please believe me, if Esau thought he was going to heaven, he wouldn't want you there with him. He know he going to hell. That's why he would love to take you right along with him there, instead of going to the kingdom where you belong. Let's get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1 through 5, and see some more Edomite ways on how they love to take you right along with them.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Oh, who?
O house of Israel.
Oh, he talking to my brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Most High.
Thus saith
Thus saith the Most High.
Not thus saith Yeliah. Not thus saith Apostle Maccabees. Go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of the heavens. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Neither also is it in them to do good. Learn not the way of the heathen. Well, you know what? I should have put the script in there when it said that. Let's get I believe it's Proverbs chapter 3, verse 30. I should have put this in there when it. Verse 31. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Choose none of his ways. Envy not your oppressor. Stop putting up that Christmas tree. Stop keeping Easter. Stop going to the SHIT house. Or excuse me, the church house. The bishop said the other day, we got some people creeping in, listening. Like he said, I'm glad they listen. Maybe they'll come up out the SHIT house. Excuse me, maybe they'll come up out the church house and out the mosque and come into this truth. Let's get the book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8.
Book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men.
After the tradition of who?
Of men.
Okay.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua.
And not after Yahushua. Boy, I tell you, they got us with that Sunday worship, didn't they? They got us with that Christmas. Oh, they got you with Easter. Putting on your shiny suits like Puff Daddy and the crew. Look here. Don't follow after the rudiments of men, after the philosophy and vain deceit. Follow after Yah. They done took the book of life and changed it into their own likeness. They knew what they was doing. We the only ones who didn't know what was happening. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6. Read me verse 1 through 7.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
Man, now was we taught that in the SHIT house? No. They love to be seen. Make long prayers. Go out in the streets. Oh, we just did a fundraiser. Damn, what book you been reading? You supposed to be shouting that out? They'll be on channel 2, channel 4, and 7, and what other channel they can get themselves on. They'll let you know they did a big fundraiser for the kids. That's what they tell you. Oh, we just did a fundraiser for turkeys and hams. What? You ain't supposed to be eating no ham. They tell you, they brag about that. They did a fundraiser for you to eat pig. Make it make sense. Go ahead, Apostle.
Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Man, you don't want that reward. Quit telling everybody what you done did for somebody else. Just do it. The Most High gonna reward you openly. You keep telling everybody what you're doing, the reward you get, you ain't gonna like that, and it will be openly. A reward you don't want. Go ahead, Apostle.
But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly.
Mm.
And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
You will be rewarded openly. Stop praying for nothing in front of everybody. Yeah, look at me. My prayers is long. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was real long. It wouldn't work nothing.
Hey, you know how it be that I know a lot of people here went to church, but you know how it always be that one or two deacon when they get up there to pray, it's like, oh,
20 minutes.
we finna be here forever.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Hey, a 20-minute prayer that ain't gonna be answered. He ain't praying nothing but for pork chops and the rest of the slam of that pig. Give me Matthew chapter 6, read me verse 16 through 18.
Matthew 6 and 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Now, let me stop for 1 second. When you fast unto Yah. Now, let me give an example. On the Day of Atonement, we all know that we fasted. Everybody else don't. They don't even know it's the Day of Atonement. But whatever day you fast, when people come around, don't have your face all twisted up. So when they ask you, why you look like that? Oh man, I'm fasting. I'm hungry. Well, you fasted for nothing. You just open your mouth. The Most High told you, don't let everybody know what you're doing. When you fasting, keep your mouth shut. The Muslims, oh man, when they Ramadan come around, they love to let you know that. I've been fasting all day. I can't wait to eat. Yeah, you was fasting for nothing anyway. You praying to a rock god. When you read scripture, tell you, once again, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, meaning have your face all tore up, that you may appear to me in the fast. They want to be, oh, look, I'm doing something for the Most High. No, you ain't. You're doing it for yourself. And you ain't going to get the reward you're looking for. You're going to get something real ugly. And it's going to come to you quick. Go ahead, Apostle.
But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
Look here. Bishop Yazikiel said all the time, lather yourself up, put the lotion on, get that oil on your skin, anoint yourself. You know what I'm saying? Put a smile on your face. Let everybody know you're doing good. When they come around, they're going to see, man, he looks swell, or the sister look good. She ain't got her face all tore up, talking about, oh, I'm hungry. So they can ask, why you hungry? Oh, I'm fasting. Okay, you just messed that fast up. The Most High say, do it in secret. He gonna reward you openly. But if you want to open your mouth and let everybody know you're fasting, might as well be dancing around and jitting every damn thing else and eating that pig as well. Because that prayer ain't gonna get answered at all. You done fasted and wasted that for nothing. Let's go to Matthew chapter 15. Give me verse 1 through 4.
Matthew 15, verse 1. Then came to Yahushua scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the traditions of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat thy bread. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandments of your master by your tradition? For Yah commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, And he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Let him die to death. Now, I wonder why a lot of this is going on. A lot of brothers and sisters don't even know some of those Pharisees was actually Edomites, mixed up, who knew, mixed up with us. This was during the time of King Herod. They learned our ways. We're going to see that in a minute. Read verse 8 and 9.
Verse 8. This people draweth not unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Now, you have a lot of brothers and sisters that may say, Deacon Yelliah, what you mean that Edomites was running around then? Well, guess who was ruling Jerusalem at the time of Yahushua? The Romans. Guess who some of those priests were? Esau caught up in the mix with us. They learned with us, came up with us. How do I know? I mean, you let the script tell you so. Let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 26, and read me verse 1 through 3.
Acts chapter 26, verse 1. Then Agrippa said unto Paul,
Hold on, wait a minute, 1 second, Apostle. Who was King Agrippa?
I think he was a Roman, wasn't
Oh, my goodness, of course he was Edomite. Go ahead, finish up, my brother.
he? Then Agrippa said unto Paul, Thou art permitted to speak for thyself. Then Paul stretched forth the hand and answered for himself, I think myself happy, King Agrippa, because I shall answer for myself this day before thee, touching all the things whereof I am accused of the Jews.
My own brothers, go ahead.
Especially because I know thee to be expert in all customs and questions which are among the Jews. Wherefore, I beseech thee to hear me patiently.
Wait a minute. You might have read the scripture wrong again, Apostle Maccabees. He told King Agrippa, what in verse 3?
Because I know thee to be expert in all customs and questions which are among the Jews.
Well, my goodness, how could he know all that unless he done studied with us? And the rest of his family members as well. This is why you got Amalek over there right now talking about us. He know some of our customs, but he ain't keeping none of them. Why you think he want to be us so bad? He would love to make it to the kingdom, which he know he not. But he would love you to end up in hell right with him where he going. He'd take a little bit of this here, that, there, make it sound real good. Teach it to Reverend Jason, as I call Reverend Porkchop as well. And have you following the ways of Edomites to lead you straight to hell. They didn't change the likeness and image of the book of life into their own images, leading you to the straight to death. Give me the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13.
Isaiah chapter 29, you said 13?
God.
Isaiah 29, 13. Wherefore the Most High said, For as much as the people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
Man. In other words, the fear of me is taught by the precepts of Reverend Porkchop or Reverend Jason. Or better yet, the Edomite ways. Right at the SHIT house, the church house. That all our brothers and sisters caught up in right now as I speak. They right in there dancing, jitting, lying, eating pork chops. Well, that may come after service. But they might have had a little bacon already before service. Or a lot of bacon. But they in there being lied to right now. They being told to make Esau their God. They don't know that's what they being told. Some of them don't even actually think that's what they being told. That's exactly what they are being told. Act just like the so-called white man. Follow his ways straight to hell, because that's where he's going. That's where you know he's going. Give me the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 1 through 3.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 1. Then spake Yahushua to his multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
Whoa, scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seats. We got a lot of lying scribes and Pharisees sitting in the seat talking about they keeping laws and commandments. We ain't keeping not nan one. We got a lot of them that's telling you not to keep the laws and commandments. Of course, they ain't keeping them. Go ahead.
All therefore, whatsoever they bid you, observe, that ye observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not.
For they say and do not. Reverend Porkchop will tell you that they doing the work of the Most High. Don't follow after Reverend Porkchop or Reverend Jason. Better yet, Sister Jason as well, because she in there lying to you as well. Don't follow their ways. Yeah, they holding the Bible up, but they ain't speaking what it says. Advise you, my brothers and sisters, keep this word. Read for yourselves. Don't take every word that come out of Deacon Yah's mouth. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm just saying. Read for yourself. Get an understanding. That's why this session is called Study to Show Thyself Approved. Keep going, Apostle.
For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders.
Salaki, my bad. I thought you didn't finish 3. You did finish 3. Go to John chapter 5, verse 38 to 47.
Good. John chapter 5, verse, you said 38?
9 to 47. And before you read this, you have a lot of preachers that love to tell you when the Messiah came and died, all the laws and commandments, everything was done away with because he fulfilled it all. In other words, fulfill means it's over. Let them tell you. But let me tell you what the Messiah said. If you don't keep the ways of the old, you don't believe nothing he's talking about. But don't believe me. I hope you, because we're going to teach you the truth. But let's see what the script says. Go ahead, Pastor.
In the book of John, chapter 5, verse 38. And ye have not his word abiding in you, for whom he hath sent, him ye believe not.
Who was sent by the Most High?
Yahushua.
And they don't believe him because they ain't keeping the laws and commandments. And I'm here to tell you, it ain't just the SHIT house I'm talking about, the church or the mosque. I'm talking about a lot of my Israelite brothers and sisters. They don't believe the word too. Got a lot of them out here right now telling you you can eat a pork chop, all parts of the pig and everything else. Seafood, the shrimp, they tell you can eat all that. They out here lying straight to you, knowing they Israel, but they ain't keeping no laws or commandments. They want to take you to hell too, all for dishonest gain. Please believe it. Go ahead, Apostle.
Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And ye will not come to me that ye might have life. I receive not honor from men.
You don't receive honor from who?
I receive not honor from men.
We better do the same. Don't look for man to lift us up. Do everything you do it for the Most High. Keep going, Apostle.
But I know you, that ye have not the love of the Most High in you. I am come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him ye will receive.
Boy, I tell you, a lot of our brothers and sisters used to love old T.D. Jakes till they found out he was fagging. Creflo Dollar, till you start asking point blank, trying to get this $15 million jet. I need that dope so I can ride on it and not you. You know what I'm saying? Some Israelite brothers as well who've been lying to you. I ain't gonna say no names, nothing, but it's been put out there, the lies they've been telling on other brothers. You know what I'm saying? Coming out here with no proof of things they let fly out their mouth. But they actually tell you they hate these brothers. I mean, this stuff is ridiculous. Go ahead, Pastor.
How can ye believe which receive honor one of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from the Most High only?
Mm.
Do not think that I will accuse. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one that accuses you, even Moses, in whom you trust. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me.
What? The Messiah said, if you believe Moses, you would believe him. In other words, Moses taught the five laws, he taught the 5 books of the laws. Moses taught the commandment, keep the laws and commandments. The Messiah telling you, keep the laws and commandments. Because if you claim you believe in me, in other words, the Messiah, you believe in what Moses said because Moses wrote it here. Keep going.
But if ye believe not his writings, how shall ye believe my words?
In other words, if you don't believe in the laws and the commandments, you don't believe in the Messiah. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 23. Read me verse 4 through 7.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 4. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
Not one of their fingers. Look here, they would expect you to do this and do that, and they ain't doing then one of them. I ain't just talking about Reverend Porkchop at the SHIT house. A lot of Israelite brothers do the same thing because they doing it all for themselves. They ain't doing it for the glory of Yah. They tell you to do this and do that, and they ain't doing none of it. Have you all stressed out? You make any wrong move, they on your head, knowing when you ain't looking, they doing exactly what they telling you not to do. But all praise to the Most High. Let's keep going.
But all their works they do for to be seen of men.
To be seen of who?
Be seen of men.
Well, that's what I thought it said.
They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments.
You sure look good. Got on all the Israelite gear, fringes, head wrap, everything else. They look good, but they telling lies. Keep going.
And love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogue.
Sitting at the head of the table, huh, Apostle?
Yeah, look, hey, they trying to sit right there next to Bishop.
All praises. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Apostle.
And greetings in their markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi.
Boy, they love to be called rabbi, teacher, teacher, bishop, bishop, deacon, deacon, apostle. And get your butt up, get your lying butt up out of here, lying to my people. You ain't keeping nothing that you're talking about. Hypocrites, what the scripture says. All for their own selves, for their own changing the book of life into the likeness of their own images. Making themselves look good, going straight to hell. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6. Read me verse 1 through 5. Read that again for me.
Matthew 6, verse 1 through 5. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them.
Take heed. Take heed. Go ahead.
Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in
Mm.
heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men.
Mm.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Once again, my brothers and sisters, quit sounding that trumpet when you're doing something good for somebody else. Quit sounding that trumpet when you're trying to look good. Ain't nothing good coming up out of it. Just do the Most High's will. He gonna reward you. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 23 and read me verse 8 through 10.
Look, the modern day version of that is, you know, how people they call themselves, they'll help a homeless person out. Then they stick a camera in their face and put it on Facebook.
Exactly, exactly. And brag all about it.
Matthew, Matthew chapter 23, verse 8. But be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Yahushua, and all ye are brethren.
Woo-wee. One is your master.
And call no man father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven.
One is your Father, which is in heaven.
Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Yahushua.
Thus, you got brothers claiming that they the Messiah. I ain't gonna say no name, but those of you who know about it, you know about it. They got a reward coming to them, and it ain't gonna be nice. Let's get Matthew chapter 19. Read me verse 16 and 17.
Matthew 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yah. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
If thou will enter into the light, keep the commandments. They asked, this guy asked Messiah, good master. Yeah, look at, we just had the study yesterday on the Trinity. The Messiah ain't Yahweh. He following Yahweh's will, doing what Yahweh says. The Messiah told this man, don't call me good, it's only one good. That's the Most High Yahweh. But you would have those at the SHIT house especially, talking about Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. And they got you following after this so-called white Jesus, making him your God. In other words, making Esau your God and taking Yahweh straight away from you. Got you following the likeness and images of what he has portrayed as the Most High, which is himself. Don't follow after him and his teachings. He will lead you straight to hell where he going. Let's get back to Matthew chapter 23. Read me verse 13.
Matthew 23 and 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Oh, that's cold-blooded. They do what?
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Man, Reverend Pastor Pork Chop, just cut the kingdom off right up, took it right from up under your feet. Because he gonna give you a pork chop and give you the rest of his lies to follow that Esau and gave him. Take you straight to hell with. Then shut the kingdom of heaven right up. You can't get in. Don't shut. Just like when Noah When the door shut on that ship, now everybody want to come up in there. The door is shut. You out of there. You through. Drown in the flood, heathen. Go ahead, Apostle.
For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Pastor Pork Chop ain't going in, and you sure ain't coming with him. Now, you would have my good Christian brothers and sisters tell you, oh, well, God knows what's in my heart. If he is lying to me, he still know my heart is good. Well, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, we say this all the time. If you following after Pastor Pork Chop, you going straight to hell with him. The Most High know that because all you gotta do is read. All you gotta do is study. Once again, the session is study to show thyself approved. If you study and listen to what we put out here to you, this word, you will know the truth. You wouldn't have to worry about following Pastor Pork Chop straight to the hellfire. How do I know you're gonna be damned for listening to Pastor Pork Chop and the rest of them lies out there? Let's go to the script. Book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 12.
The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 12. That they all might be damned who believeth not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Man, if you believe not the truth, if you not keeping the laws and commandments, what they teach at the SHIT house, and believe in the unrighteousness that they teach you, you're gonna be damned to go straight to hell right along with them. Scripturally based. That's the scripture for you. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 23, verse 14. 14 and 15. Not 14, excuse me, 14.
Matthew 23 and 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation.
They're going to receive a greater damnation. It says, whoa, hold up. Scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses. And it ain't just the widows' houses they devour in your house too, if you listen to that bull crap. Now, how do I know they be lying and doing everything for selfish gain? See it every day. But let's go to the scripts. Go to the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10 and verse 11.
Book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Especially those who claim they know the truth. Go ahead.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Whoa. Pastor Maccabees, Pastor Pork Chop's mouth must be what?
Must be stopped.
Imam Hakabah, whatever the hell his name is, must be what?
Must be stopped.
Must be stopped. Go ahead, Apostle.
Who subvert whole houses.
Teaching things. Everybody.
Teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake.
All for the sake of money, the sake of gain. And some people might be like, oh, my pastor, he ain't doing it for the money. Look here, as long as he got your heart, that's your mind, you're going to give him whatever he want. You're going to give him whatever you want. Even if you ain't giving him a lot of money, you're going to bring in the rest of your family members. Well, it's all going to start adding up. And he going to get what he want right out of you and everybody else. Yeah, he might do a little something for you. Let me see. I got a family member. Most High's will. I hope she come up out of the garbage one time. She told me some of my people be going to the church that my family been going to forever since we was little kids. And she'd be like, oh, they help us out. They bought him a car, used car. I say, well, they might as well have bought you that. How much money you done put up in that? That used car ain't worth nothing. The cash you done put up in that spot. I say, that's just to keep you coming. Because you're going to pay that off in a year's time, if not before that. And much, much more. Because the pastor ain't doing it for nothing but money. And for you to get everybody else to come up in there so he can get their money too. Believe that. He's going to keep telling you lies, that you ain't got to keep the laws and commandments. He's going to keep telling you what Esau taught him. And that is to worship him as your God. To give him all your money and everything, to give him your heart. In other words, give him your mind. Wonder why he took the chains off our hands and our feet. Because he didn't need them no more. Got the chains on your mind. Still following right after him in the likeness of his God. As him being your God. Pastor Maccabees, give me Matthew 23 and verse 15.
Matthew 23 and 15. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compare sea and land to make one proselyte.
To make everybody come into Christianity to worship that white God. Go ahead.
And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
That's cold-blooded, ain't it? You make him twofold on his way to hell. My goodness. Let's go to John chapter 16. Read me verse 2 and 3. Because I'm here to tell you. The SHIT house, especially. You wonder why we get on our brother. That's where they mostly at in the SHIT house. Excuse me, the church house. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to start at verse 1, as a matter of fact. 1 through 3. Our brothers in the SHIT house will kill you for putting this truth out here. They're going to kill you monetarily, might kill you physically. Because they want us off these streets. You can believe that. They don't want us telling you this truth. And they think they're doing the Most High's work by killing you. How do I know? Hit them with them scripts, Apostle.
Hey, what they stoned Stephen to death?
My goodness.
What does Acts in Acts 7?
Yeah, sure did. Sure. Hey, could have made it no plainer myself, yeah.
But John 16, verse 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put ye out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doth Yah's service.
Oh, my. They think they doing the Most High's will by telling you that them Israelite brothers and sisters is out here putting this truth out here. They lying to you. They're going to keep telling you, eat that pork chop. This is how you make it to heaven. Eat them chitlins. This bacon. This is how you make it to heaven. Don't keep the laws and commandments. This is how you make it to heaven. And if the brothers keep telling you that you got to keep the laws and commandments, we're going to get them out of here. They'll kill us thinking they doing the Most High's work. And that's what they keep doing daily. That's what they've been doing for thousands of years when we put this truth out here. The truth ain't just come on the set. It been out here. They've been crucifying Israelite brothers for many, many moons. All through the scripts. The Messiah, Paul, the rest of the prophets. Kill them when they put this truth out here. Go ahead, the next verse, Apostle.
And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me.
Because they don't know the truth. All they know is that Pastor Porkchop that told them that the white man is their God. Let's get to the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5.
Say 11 and 5.
Okay.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Esau, who has had you in slavery since, let me see, 1619, no, 1555, until now. They slay, and they still ain't holding themselves guilty. They'll be quick to tell you, "Oh, we not suffering for the faults that our ancestors did. Oh, you gonna pay? They gonna pay for that." But keep going.
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Most High, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
And their own shepherds pity them. In other words, Pastor Porkchop don't give a damn about sending you to hell. He's going as well. Why? Because he want to follow after Esau. Now, some of them know they following after Esau. Some of them don't know. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, they going as well. Because they worshiping the Edomites as their gods instead of worshiping the Most High. See, we've been putting this truth out here. So I can't even say that Reverend Porkchop don't know that he's telling a lie. He just don't care. Because it's all about that money and that power. Give me a book of John, chapter 15, verse 10.
Book of John, chapter 15, verse 10. Commandments, ye shall abide in my love, as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love.
Keep my commandments. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love. If you don't keep his commandments, you ain't getting no love from Most High. None. Keep listening to them liars. The script said, I can't believe it. People still following after these lies. All they got to do is study. How I know that if you don't keep the commandments, you out of there. The scripts tell you. Go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 4.
Book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
Oh, wait a minute. You got to be. What is this, the book of Apostle Maccabees you reading out of? He that said, I know him.
Let me bring down.
You're breaking up, Apostle. Can you hear me?
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring that again. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
My goodness. So whenever you hear somebody say you don't have to keep the laws and commandments, just get away from him. Just get it, because he stayed fast on that. Just get away from him, because he's a liar. Let's go to the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1 and 2.
Book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1. The second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by holy prophets.
Oh, that you may be mindful of the words that were spoken by who?
By holy prophets.
In other words, the Old Testament, laws and commandments. Keep going.
And the commandments of us, the apostles of the Master and Savior.
Man, that's for you SHIT lovers, church lovers, talking about, oh, that's the Old Testament. What the hell? The apostles right here were saying the same thing as those of old. Keep the laws and the commandments. Let me see what happens. Go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 2.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command ye, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Most High your power, which I command you.
Don't add to this. Don't take away from it. Got a problem if you do. We have been taught by Pastor Porkchop and Reverend Jason. You ain't got to listen with the Old Testament. That was done away. Messiah died, he fulfilled all that. First thing he's going to tell you. And by the way, here's his pork chop and his bacon. Go at it. Let's go back to 2 Peter again, chapter 3. Read me verse 3 and 4.
Second Peter chapter 3, verse 4. No, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Shalaki. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust.
Who gonna come today?
Scoffers, walking after their own lust,
Mm-hmm.
and saying, where is this promise of his coming?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Where's the promise of his coming? Where did we get that from? My goodness, it's right here in the script. Go to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. Let's see when the first promise of his coming was. Go ahead. Isaiah 9 and 6.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Man, they've been talking about the Messiah and his coming. What it is, they don't want to see his coming. We got some more scripts for you. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but it is what it is. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, and read me verse 1 through 4. Let's see when the promise is coming. Where is it at? Well, it's all through the scripts. Let's go.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Whoa, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. When the Messiah cracked them skies, and the host of heaven come with him. Oh boy. It's going to be real terrible for those who don't keep the Most High's word. They talking about where's the promise of his coming. Go ahead, Apostle.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard the voice.
All of them what?
Burned that heard his voice.
My goodness.
Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire.
They don't want to see that. They talking about where's the promise of his coming. Oh, he coming. And it's been written right here in the books. They don't want that promise to occur. Give me 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5.
Book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens of old and the earth standing out of the water and in the water.
The earth standing out the water and in the water. Well, Pastor Maccabee, where the hell you get something like that? What you mean by that?
Hey.
They would have you believe that ain't no water up over your head. It's just up under your feet. Boy, I tell you, go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 41. It's all through the scripts. All through the scripts.
31 or 41?
41.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 41. Upon the second day, thou madest the spirit of the firmament, and commandest it to part asunder, and to make a division betwixt the waters, that one part might be up, and the other remain beneath.
Pastor Porkchop ain't gonna tell you about that. You got water above your head, in the skies, and water beneath you. They will have you swim only in the ocean that you see. And in that ocean that they got you swimming in is a bunch of lies. They'd have changed how you worshiping the gods of this earth. Change the book of life into the likeness of their own images. They don't want you believing nothing in here. That's why they keep lying to you. They read out the scripts and at the same time lying to you. Our brothers and sisters refuse to pick this up and read for themselves. They believe everything Pastor Porktop is telling them, instead of reading, studying for themselves to understand truth. Let's get Genesis chapter 1, verse 6 and 7.
Book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 6. And Yah said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Yah made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so.
And it was so. Water above, water below. Give me the book of Acts, chapter 19, verse 23 through 27.
Book of Acts chapter 19, verse 23. At the same time there arose no small stir about that way. For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines of Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen, whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and said, sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth.
By this craft of making these false gods, they getting paid. Go ahead.
Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but also throughout all Asia, that Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands.
They be no gods which are made with hands. Huh. Well, I tell you, Esau a cold piece of work. Go ahead.
So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth.
Man, all of America and everywhere else worshiping everything but Yah. Paul, them, they ain't want Paul around. They want Paul up out of there. Paul was getting people to believe in his truth. He was like, no, we got to get it. He about to mess up these guys that we putting together. They had everybody fooled, getting paid, just like they is today at the SHIT house, excuse me, the church house, and at the mosque, getting paid off of you. You paying with your soul. You ain't just paying money. You paying with your life, with your spirit, by listening to that bull crap. Because they done made themselves gods above you. Got you worshiping them. Telling you once again, you ain't got to keep no laws, and you ain't got to keep no commandments. All you got to do is say, by the blood of Jesus, and you all right. You can eat your pork chop now. Let's go to the book of Baruch and give me chapter 4, verse 1.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yah, and the law that endureth forever.
How long?
Forever.
Hmm.
All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
My goodness. If you come into this truth, you're going to live. If you don't want to hear this truth, you're going to die. What do we teach in this truth? Go to John chapter 14, verse 15.
Book of John chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
This is what we teach. The Messiah said, if you love him, keep his commandments, do the most I have given you. As we just read in the book of Baruch, the law endureth forever, not for a little while, forever. And Baruch, give me chapter 4, read me verse 2 and verse 3.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light.
Chapter 4. Oh, yeah, go ahead. My bad. Verse 2 and 3. My bad. Go ahead.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Oh, wait a minute. Just had to. Who is the light? Who is the light, Apostle?
Hey, that's Yahushua.
Walk in the presence of the light of Yahushua. Do as he did. He told you what to do. Keep these laws and commandments if you love them. That you may be illuminated, that you may live. Go ahead.
Give not thine honor to another.
Wait a minute. Bring Esau with you?
Give not thy honor to another.
Okay.
Nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Oh, Mr. Love everybody. That's what the Messiah, that's what the Most High, no, the Most High don't tell you that. He said, don't give them this. Don't give them this. What I'm going to tell them about this folk? The same for them.
What do you say about casting your pearls in the swine?
Go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. That's the next scripture. You already know. What it say?
Look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine.
Hey, Pastor Maccabees, I didn't send you this study, did I?
Nah, you didn't.
Okay. Baruch chapter 4, verse 4. We got a couple more scriptures in there. I had to leave a couple out because I know this is long.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yah are made known unto us.
Things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. It ain't no secret. Yeah. Give me Baruch chapter 3, verse 36.
Look, it ain't like your woman where you got to try to guess and figure it out. It's right here in front of you.
No, it ain't.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 36. He hath found all the way of knowledge and have given it unto Jacob his servant and to Israel his beloved.
Wait a minute. The knowledge was given to the Christians.
Unto Jacob his servant and to Israel his beloved.
No, it say to the Muslims.
Jacob his servant and to Israel his beloved.
You think we don't know this truth? The Most High just told you who it was given to. Give me Baruch chapter 4, verse 5 through 8.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations.
Who is he talking? Wait a minute, who else was sold to the nations? Was it Esau?
Nah.
Right. We know who was sold. Go ahead.
You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yah to wrath. You were delivered unto your enemies.
The Most High gave you away because you ain't want him anyway. And for our brothers and sisters that's still in a lot of distress today, you done did it to yourself. Because this truth is out here. We out here putting this truth out here. All you got to do is study. You know what I'm saying? Don't just take our word, study. It's here for you. Keep going, Apostle.
For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yah.
What? Sacrificing unto who?
Unto devils.
And not what?
And not to Yah.
Hit us with this last verse. Go ahead.
Ye have forgotten the everlasting Yah that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
My goodness. My brothers and sisters, quit following after the images and the likeness of Esau and Ishmael. That's what they have changed this into. They ain't teaching you this. They teaching you out of this. They just got the book open. Let me put it that way. They got it open, but they telling you their words so that you can worship them as your God. With that being said, that concludes today's session of study to show thyself approved.